So for you to be able to understand these three questions, do you know who you are? For you to be able to answer these three questions, do you know who you are? Do you know the reason for your life, earthly existence? Do you know God's purpose and destiny? You have to know truly what is purpose. What is purpose? Like I said, in the absence of the answer of this three questions, you just existing efficiently. And the Bible and God never meant for us to just exist. He made for us to live abundantly. In John 10:10, Jesus said, I have come that you might have life and have life abundantly. He didn't make us just to exist. And for you to live that abundant life, you have to find out this work that He called you to do. So in the absence of these three things, knowing who you are, knowing your destiny, knowing God's purpose for your life, knowing the reason why you are here, you're just wandering aimlessly, meandering in the maze of mediocrity, just flooring around. And the anointing is not going to flow, because the anointing does not flow when you're not doing what God has called you to do. Some people pray for anointing. Oh, God, give us anointing. Anointing over what? Over what? So it is very, very vital in these times that we are living right now. There is an urgency in the spirit. Just get on computer. Just see everything. I mean, every week there is an earthquake somewhere. There's a volcanic eruption that just happens every day. And the Bible said that it's going to be like that. In fact, He likened it with a pregnant woman. The more the contraction begins to come, the intensity, the magnitude, the more it begins to come, it's going to be like that. And all these things are happening before us. This is the time for the people of God to begin to set in and step into their calling and begin to do what God called them to do. Some of us say God is waiting. We're waiting on God. But God is actually waiting on you. He's waiting on you. To wait on God means, the Bible said, they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up wings and fly like eagles. They will never be weary. They will run. So to renew your strength means actually you're going to be doing something. You're going to be spending time with God. If you believe in God for a job, you need to be putting an application or doing something. The Bible waiting is why you are waiting on God, why you're waiting for that thing to come out. You're going to be doing something. You're going to be getting ready. There is preparation. There's timing and season. But you got to make sure that you are in that position where God is taking you. So that is why God put this in my heart, and that we need to begin to get into what our calling is. Like I said before, you know what is this work, this answer this question, we have to understand the purpose. What is purpose? According to American Heritage Dictionary, purpose is a result or desire, a result or effect that is desired or intended. A result or desire or effect that is intended. That means there is an expectation, expected end. And if we remember in Jeremiah 29:11, God said, my plans for you is to love you, is to give you peace, to prosper you, not to harm you, to give you a hope and a future, and to bring you to your expected end. That means there is an expected end for each and every one of us. Yes, then also I checked it on NIV. You know, the NIV, New International Version, has its own dictionary. And it said it's God's predetermined will. But my own definition is this. It is the correct use of a thing for what it is intended or created for. It is the correct use of a thing for what it is intended for or created for. If you look at a thing, you will understand their purpose. If you, apart from getting into the things of God, to find your purpose, you have to search your inventory. Everything that you need to fulfill what God has called you is already inside of you. If you see a bird that has a webbed feet, you already know what? They're underwater, right? You see a fish that has gills and skin, you already know what? They've been made to adapt in water. You see an eagle with a big wings, what do you know? You know they are supposed to be flying for very high altitude. Likewise, what do you gravitate toward? What is it that you like to do? What is that thing that just, because the purpose, the Bible said He's already created you in it for that work. Are you answering to that beat? See, you have to dance to the beats that is inside of you. Don't try to dance to another man's beat. Because when you try to dance to another man's beat, they become your yardstick. They become your measuring rod. You know, your success is determinant on what these people are doing. No. What is that thing that is beating for you inside of you? There is a call, an intrinsic glory that is inside of you. What is that call? What is that thing that wakes you up? I'm not talking about the gifts, because the gifts, we're going to talk about this. I don't want to give, there's a difference between your purpose, your gift, and the talent, and we will get there. I don't want to rush. I'm like, I'm ready to get everything out, but I'm going to just chill. I love to teach. I love to do what God has called me to do. If you look at it, that's why, and I'm not trying to be controversial. I know this is going on YouTube, and I'm not trying to be controversial. When a man and a man is sleeping together, the Bible said in Romans 1:20 that the invisible qualities of God, namely His eternal qualities, His eternal power and His divine nature are clearly seen and being understood from the things that were made, so that men are without excuse. You can just look at yourself and you know what you're supposed to be doing. You look at your eyes, you know your eyes are supposed to be seeing. You look at your nose, you know your nose is supposed to be smelling. You look at your mouth and you know your mouth is supposed to be talking. God organized the muscles, the vocal cords, the cartilages to vibrate so that you can speak. As a man, you look at your anatomy and you know what you're supposed to do. So and I'm not trying to, we're talking about purpose, because there's some things that people don't want to talk about. But I'm going to do what God called me to do. A man, you look at a woman's body, they are receivers. They look at it, you can just look and see the purpose of a thing. Yeah. Look at a lion, you're going to know that a lion is going to be killing. He got animal, he got the claws and whatever the teeth. You look at a sheep, you know that a sheep is supposed to be eating grass. It's clear. The Bible said it's clear that since the beginning of the world, since the creation of time, that the invisible qualities of God, namely His divine powers and His eternal qualities, are clearly seen from the things that we are made and being understood, so that men are without excuse. So when men said, this is what it's supposed to be, this is what it's supposed to be, you're making excuses because God made it plain. It is very, very plain. You can look at things and understand what that thing is meant for. It is only human beings try to figure things out. Well, I don't know. Well, maybe that's who I am. Look at yourself. Look at yourself. Look at yourself. Look at you. What do you like to do? If God gifted you with your hands, maybe the thing He called you is for you to be gifted. For me personally, I thought that God, I love to sing. You all know I love to sing. And I thought, and I can talk about this. It used to be very sensitive for me when people tell me that, Freddie, you can sing. I'm not like the worst person. But that's all I've wanted to do. When I was growing up, Freddie, what do you want to say? They said, Freddie, I want to sing. And if you tell me, Freddie, you need to work, I'm not going to talk to you, because that's all I wanted, because I'm that kind of person. God gave me, I'm a man of drive. That thing that looks an impossibility for me, I'm going to